very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Yuki Portia. Before we head into stories in detail, let's start off with a look at this afternoon's headlines. Minister of Energy says US dollars should be provided by Ceylon Electricity Board if further stocks of fuel is required. Solar panels to low-income earners. Professor Sampath Dharmaratne appointed as the new president of the Sri Lanka Medical Association. Satyagraha by Valsapagala farmers enters its 28th day. More than 80 million people under weather warnings as major winter storm hits heavy snow and ice parts of US and Canada. Today is Duruthu Full Moon Poya Day. The significance of Duruthu Full Moon Poya Day is that it marks Gautama Buddha's first visit to Sri Lanka and showed to the world the value of unity.
Gautama Buddha visited Mahayangana for the first time 9 months after attaining enlightenment. It was on a day like today, 9 months after the enlightenment, that Gautama Buddha set foot on Sri Lanka for the first time to solve a confrontation between Yaksha and Naga tribes. During his visit, Lord Buddha delivered sermons to the tribes. After listening to the sermons, the tribes gave up battling and started to respect each other with dignity. Meanwhile, the Sri Sadahamsata Dhamma sermon was held at the office of the opposition leader Sajit Premadasa. The sermon was conducted by the secretary of the Sri Kalyani Samagri Dhamma Mahasangha Sabha in Kotte, Rajakiya Pandita, Venerable Makuruppe Soma Lankathero. A Sambuddha Puja was held at the Shakya Malakaya opposite the Capital Maharaja Group head office this morning. The Sambuddha Puja, sponsored by Newsfirst, was held under auspices of the Chief Prelate of the Gangarama Viharaya in Hunupitiya, Venerable Kirinde Asaji Thero.
ලංකාවාසී ලෝකවාසී හැම දිනාටමත් නිදුක් නිරෝගී ජීවනයේ තප ජීවනයේ උදා වේවා කරදර බාධක දුරු වේවා හැම දිනාම බලාපොරොත්තු වන්නා වූ සියලු කටයුතු අභිමතාර්ථයන් ඉෂ්ට සිද්ධ කර ගන්නට මේ මහා පූජාවේ ආශිර්වාදයේ රත්නත්‍රයේ ආශිර්වාදය නිරන්තරයෙන්ම සැලසේවා කියලා විශේෂයෙන්ම අවස්ථාවේදී ආශිර්වාද කරනවා.
Meanwhile, many devotees across the country gathered at the temple of the Tooth Relic in Kandy to invoke blessings for the new year. Devotees also engaged in religious observances at the Mahayangane Rajamaha Viharaya, Sri Mahabodhi in Anuradhapura, Gal Viharaya in Polonnaruwa, and many other temples across the country to mark the first Poya of the year 2022.
Planting of 80 bodhisattvas and creation of the Herbal Gardens island-wide program commenced today. The events were held under the auspices of State Minister Sisira Jayakodi. The events were held at the Sri Sudharma Rama Viharaya in Delgoda. The event was held as the first phase of the planting of 8 bodhisattvas in Herbal Gardens island-wide program. The State Minister addressed the media following the event.
We have drawn up the legal provisions required for the cultivation of medicinal cannabis for export in this country. Relevant ordinances are currently being made. Also, measures are taken to export herbs. This is a time period which we need to overcome with the assistance of all the political factions in the country. This is not a time period to dwell in the past and point fingers to people. There is a crisis. There are questions in terms of foreign reserves. This pandemic situation has not escalated all of a sudden. We need to face this.
Here are several views expressed in the political arena regarding the issues pertaining to fertilizer, price of goods, electricity and the economic situation of the country.
From one side, it is being said that there is no rice shortage in the country. But Minister Bandula Gunawardene is saying that rice is being imported and the relevant concessions will be given to the people. They swore that they would not import rice. Who said this? It is the Agriculture Minister. Minister Bandula Gunawardene also said that the economy of the country will be strengthened. But have their statements borne any fruit?
හැබැයි මොකක්ද උනේ මේ ඇමතිවරු දැන් ඇවිල්ලා කියු ප්‍රකාශ සත්‍ය වෙලා තියෙනවද
අභියෝගයක් තිබුණා ආර්ථික වශයෙන් ගැටලු තිබුණා
There were challenges, there were problems. We face them all. Let us all work together in the future to solve these issues. As a government, we will provide concessions as much as we can. The main allegation leveled by the opposition is saying that there is nothing in the country now. They always point out mistakes.
නමුත් අද මේ ආකාරයෙන් අපිට සාමාන්‍ය අතට ජීවත් වෙන්න හැකියාව ලැබිලා තියෙන එක ගැන කවුරුවත් කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ.
What measures should be taken to address the current economic crisis in the country? These are the views of the United National Party.
A national election is required at a time when the government does not have foreign currency, not being able to provide milk powder, fertilizer, when the people of the country are suffering due to malnourishment. The legal opportunity of the constitution and other matters required for that have to be done. Accordingly, the country has to be led to a national election.
Moving on, the farmers in Uvaparanagama and the farmers engaged in bell pepper cultivation in Valley Meadow are facing difficulties due to the fertilizer and pesticides shortage.
Farmers in Uvaparanagama and Valley Meadow cultivate vegetables such as bell pepper and salad cucumbers in large scale. This is a sector that brings foreign currency to the country. However, many farmers are facing difficulties due to the lack of fertilizer and pesticides. 300 acres of lands were cultivated during this Maha season in Valigampura. However, due to the shortage of fertilizer, the crops have turned yellow. Against such a backdrop, the farmers allege that their crops have been destroyed due to the usage of organic fertilizer provided by the government. Reports have emerged from Valigampura in Polonnaruwa, where crops reported to have been destroyed after using the organic fertilizer provided by the government. The farmers in Mahakanadarawa in Anuradhapura district are facing many difficulties due to the fertilizer crisis. As of now, most parts of their cultivation have been destroyed. Many farmers' organizations under the Kanadarawa Joint Farmers Association say they have not received any fertilizer up until now. This paddy field, situated in the second mile post along the Passara road near the Badula town, saw last year the government-sponsored VAP festival. However, today these farmers have left these lands.
The Satyagraha commenced by the farmers of Valsapugala in Katuweva, requesting the authorities to implement the gazetted Wild Elephant Management Reserve, continues today as well.
The Valawa Left Bank Farmers Association and 86 other farmers association commenced this Satyagraha 28 days ago.
The solution to our struggle is far away. We understand that there is no victory without a struggle. We are a group of people who were deceived several times. Our struggle was stopped by printing a gazette. Now we realize that there was no use in printing the gazette. We not only require to protect our cultivation lands and lives, but also protect the wild elephants as well. A proper fence should be constructed. We are engaging in this Satyagraha not to find temporary solutions. We require a permanent solution to this issue.
In more local news, the ceremony was held yesterday to welcome Professor Sampath Dharmaratne, who is appointed as the new president of the Sri Lanka Medical Association.
Former president of the Sri Lanka Medical Association, Dr. Padma Gunaratne, and several other dignitaries were present at the event.
Themselves, we are very thankful for you and for you. Let us hear from the doctor who led the association for the past year.
මෙම වසරේ අපේ මාතෘකාව වන්නේ ගෝලීය සෞඛ්‍ය ආරක්ෂාව සහ පෘථිවියේ සෞඛ්‍ය වැඩි කිරීම දියුණු කිරීම.
Our theme for this year is Global Health Security and Improving Healthcare on Earth. The main reason for this is because the Earth is not well today. As a result of this, various other diseases such as COVID-19 could emerge. This COVID-19 virus is not the last pandemic. There could be more pandemics in the future. The world was not prepared to face the COVID-19 pandemic, and it is not properly prepared to face it even now. Our council will take action to protect the country this year.
Moreover, the rate of motor accidents in the country has also risen. Around 3,000 people die in Sri Lanka due to motor traffic accidents each year in the country. We hope to work as an association to prevent motor accidents by at least 10%.
ගොඩක් අවම කරන්න අපේ ප්‍රධාන පරමාර්ථයක් වෙන ඇත්තටම 10% වත් මේ වසර තුලදී රියානතුරු වලින් සිදුවන මරණ අඩු කරන්න.
The transmissibility of the Omicron is much faster than the Delta variant. Although it is said that there are 160 cases, it is my belief that there are more Omicron cases in the country than what the statistics have reported. However, with the Omicron, once infected, the symptoms are mild compared to the Delta. We have exceeded the rate of vaccination by 75% mark.
Now, once again in that news item, a ceremony was held yesterday to welcome Professor Samath Dharmaratne, who was appointed as the new president of the Sri Lanka Medical Association. Moving on to some more local news, the Ministry of Power has planned to provide free solar panels to low-income earners. Minister Gamini Lokuge said that the program will be implemented from next week.
We have already started the program and it has been approved by the cabinet as well. Effective next week, solar panels that can generate 5 watts, 10 and 15 watts of power will be provided to low-income earners. It will also be installed free of charge. Moreover, around 1,500 rupees will be paid to those who receive the 5-watt solar panels. After that, they will create a program where they will get 10,000 rupees after about 10 years. These solar power panels will be installed at religious places as well. The Honourable Prime Minister has started the program where one solar panel will be provided to one Grama Niladhari division, meaning 14,000 houses will receive free solar panels under the initial stage of the program.
Minister of Energy Udaya Gamampila says that if the Ceylon Electricity Board still needs fuel, the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation should be given dollars. The minister said that if such dollars are provided, he is ready to import and supply fuel.
We informed
the Ceylon Electricity Board 3 months ago. If they require fuel for electricity generation, inform us in advance. They have to inform us in advance. Since we are facing a huge foreign currency crisis already for the transport and manufacturing sector, we are trying to find $400 million per month with greater difficulties. As a result, if there is a requirement for fuel for the generation of electricity, we request them to find us the foreign currency. They agreed to this as well. Suddenly, on the 11th of January, they informed us that they would require diesel from the 13th of January. We don't have stocks to fulfill their requirement. If they provide us with required foreign currency, we can import fuel for them. What they need to do is give us foreign currency, and in turn, we can provide them with fuel.
The Department of Education says the tuition classes, seminars and lectures with regard to the 2021 Grade 5 Scholarship Exam are prohibited from tomorrow, the 18th of January, until the examination concludes.
The Commissioner General of Examination LMD Dharmasena said organising and conducting tuition classes, lectures, seminars and workshops for candidates for the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination are strictly prohibited. The printing and distribution of question papers containing sample questions for the examination are also prohibited. Pamphlets published electronically in print or print media which state questions related to the Grade 5 Scholarship Examinations will be provided are also banned. The Department of Examination emphasized that if an individual, institution or other party disregards those orders, they will be found guilty. The 2021 Grade 5 Scholarship Examination is scheduled to be held on the 22nd of this month.
Issuing a weather advisory, the Met Department says fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters may occur in several areas of the country.
Several spells of showers will occur in the northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in Matale district. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western and Sabaragama provinces and in the Galle, Matara, Kandy and Noril districts after 2 p.m. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters may occur at some places in the Sabaragama province and in the Norelia, Kalutara, Galle and Matara districts. The general public is advised to take adequate precautions to minimize damages.
A high-scoring encounter at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium saw Sri Lanka clinch victory over Zimbabwe in the first of the three-match ODI series by 5 wickets yesterday. This afternoon, with visuals of an exhibition organized by the Sri Lanka Dog Club featuring different breeds of dogs and their activities, which was held in Rajagama yesterday. These skilled canines were awarded during the exhibition as well. We leave you this afternoon with those visuals. For the Newsfirst team, I've been Miyuki Pasha. Take care and good day.